Hi guys! Whoa! So, what? So, today's stream, we're going to rant on this Netflix adaptation that really was something else. Seriously, this adaptation is just like Death Note. Netflix Death Note, just instead of whitewashing, and diversity and inclusiveness, or, well, that's odd. I just noticed. So, my comment. Hello, everyone. Can you question me anything about Netflix Cowboy Bebop? Are you guys going to watch it or not? It will come out on November 19th soon. Yeah. So, as we all y'all in the chats, and that's all. I take a little sip of my tea. Anyway. Uh, so, the reasons Netflix adaptation on Cowboy Bebop. Well, which, let me show you guys on screen, and I know it's what I made it. The reasons that was hilarious because, well, it's something like this. And you guys never know what Cowboy Bebop is. I'll show you the original one. Yeah. And it's a Japanese science fiction neo-noir anime created by Sunshine. The studios who actually... Wait, A Boy and the Beast? Wait, they did that? I didn't know that. Wait, about the name of Battleship from Gotham coming up? I don't know. Maybe I'll watch. They did some good animation, so let's get that to Cowboy Bebop thing. In its original, this neo-norm space westerner created by don't know how to pronounce his name here. Well, okay. The 26th episode, Caesar's And set to 2071, a lot of the follows uh, lives of traveling bounty hunting crew in their spaceship called Bebop. Through it's very much genre throughout the one, Cowboy Bebop draws more heavily from science fiction western noir films. Its most watched includes adult and boredom, loneliness, and justice to save one's past. Uh, its original one is towards 1998 to 2000. 2000, that's when I was born. Man, I was a baby when it ended. And also, there's a film. And yeah, Cowboy, name of the movie. In Japan, Cowboy Bebop knocking on heaven's door. I hope I can find that movie. And for this, well, let me get the original first. I don't have a scripture there. Um, for this show, in this adaptation, it was about some. In the future, there's bounty hunters just roaming around, wanted, unwanted, and chase criminals and with first cowboys. And humanity had colonized through rocky planets and moons and solar system, and realizing the crime wave. And honestly, main characters Spike. Main antagonists. Well, I don't look at the chat. Yeah. Uh, yes, I don't even see nobody in the chat there. Well, I just. I've never been surprised with it. Well, let's go there. Oh, no, that. Okay, let's start the original source of it. Of reason that the character Spike Spiegel was probably. Apologies, Bruce Lee. Spike is a bounty hunter who was born on March on June 26, 2044. He is 27 years old. Spike has a fluffy hair and brown eyes and white beanie after it. He is 6 feet tall and his weight is 25. Jesus. I'm sorry I'm saying this correctly. Spike is heavily variant. Spike is a heavy smoker, and it's fully. You know what? I'm going to use the trends. Uh, oh man. No, I'll leave it. I can't just. No. Oh wait.
Spike is a bounty hunter who was born on Mars on June 26, 2044. He is 27 years old. Spike has fluffy hair and brown eyes, the right being artificial. He is 6 feet 1 inch tall, citation needed, and weighs 155 pounds. Spike is a heavy smoker, and is frequently seen smoking regardless of poor weather and the presence of no smoking signs. A skilled martial artist who practices Jeet Kune Do, Spike is a devout follower of the philosophies of Bruce Lee. He also owns a converted asteroid racer called the Swordfish 2. During gunfights, he often uses a Jericho 940-145. The guns on the show were chosen by the director, Watanabe, and in discussion with set designer, Isamu Imekake, and mechanical designer, Kimitoshi Yamane. Setting producer, Satoshi Toba said, they talked about how they didn't want common guns, because that wouldn't be very interesting, and so they decided on these guns. 6.
And yeah, even. Oh wait, there's a comment there. King says, hi there. Here's our comment. I'm a default like action Cowboy Bebop like the Purge. Yeah. I'm glad you're in my stream. Ruby King. So let's continue with.
In Spike's younger days before joining the Bebop, he was part of the Red Dragon Syndicate, a Chinese criminal organization. During his time there, he was impetuous and volatile, but after leaving, he adopted a calm and collected demeanor. However, he still retains his love for combat. Spike always holds true to his own values and fulfills his obligations. He also generally goes his own way rather than following orders, which often gets him into trouble. 7, 8, 9, 10. Watanabe has said that Spike has a habit of being very indirect with his emotions. For example, he may behave antagonistically towards someone he actually likes. What Nave says that Spike's relationship with Faye Valentine is a prime example of this tendency. 7. In the third volume of the manga, Cowboy Bebop illustrated by Yutaka Nanton, Spike is described as Oriental. 11. However, character designer Toshihiro Kawamoto stated that Spike Spiegel was a German name and thus had expected Spike to be played by someone with German ancestry. 12.
Wait, Spike is German? Oh wait, Spiegel. Never supplies means mirror. Eh. Faye Valentine. Let's get to Faye Valentine. Well, I'm gonna choose 3 characters and gotta be after their section. Oh.
Faye Valentine, Faye Valentine, is one of the members of the bounty hunting crew in the anime series Cowboy Bebop. She is often seen with a cigarette and in a revealing outfit complete with bright yellow hot pants and a matching, revealing top, and, on occasion, a bikini. She sports violet hair, green eyes, and a voluptuous body. Although appearing to be no more than 23 years old, Faye is actually around 77 years old, having been put into cryogenic freeze after a space shuttle accident, wherein she spent 54 years in suspended animation. During the course of the series, set in 2071, Faye crosses paths with Spike and Jet twice and makes herself at home aboard their ship the second time around, much to the consternation and disapproval of the two men, both of whom have their own reservations about women in general. Seemingly little more than a thorn in her partner's sides, Faye is actually a well-rounded member of the team. She can handle herself exceptionally well in spite of her slight appearance, displaying at least once in the series, in Cowboy Funk, that she has a powerful punch. Adept at flying, Faye has stood her ground just as well as Spike has in an aerial dogfight in her ship Red Tail, and at times even against Spike in an aerial dogfight, though Spike eventually proved the better pilot. She also excels with guns, and is first seen in the series completely destroying a shop with a Heckler & Koch MP5K, though she is immediately apprehended afterward. In the movie, she is seen with the same gun, in addition to her normal companion, a Glock 30. Faye has an almost unstoppable attitude, and even her sometimes innocent smile can be seen as dangerous. She has many bad habits, such as drinking, habitual gambling, smoking cigarettes, and occasionally cigars, becoming unnecessarily violent, and turning on partners when the profits seem too skimpy. Sarcastic and presumptuous, she rarely appears weak or in need of support. She brags and takes care of herself, never trusting others, cheating and lying her way from one day to the next. She also shows herself capable of unpredictable behavior, as when she kissed Ed on the mouth to snap Ed from one of her rambling moments. She is a woman who is skilled at getting what she wants. Her indomitable exterior hides a more delicate interior. Upon awakening from her 54-year cryogenic sleep, not only was she saddled with a massive amount of debt that she had no means to pay, but she was also diagnosed with total amnesia, a stranger in a mysterious world that she was not a part of and did not understand, surrounded by people who claimed to be helping her but were only there to take advantage of her naivete. The surname Valentine was merely a name given to her by the doctor who woke her. The circumstances of her accident, her previous life, and even her real name all remain a mystery, and are only gradually revealed as the series progresses. It has been hinted that she came from Singapore on Earth, and was the daughter of a very wealthy family, as the city's famous Merlion statue features prominently in scenes of her childhood, and that memories and a film from her childhood showed her living in a large mansion. Faye is supposedly her real name, as a high school classmate, by now an old disabled woman, recognizes her and calls her by that name. In her debut episode, she claims to be descended from Romani people, but it later becomes apparent that that was likely a lie. Utterly betrayed by someone she thought she could trust after waking, Faye found herself burdened with even more money to pay, and the situation resulted in the hardening of her personality to an extreme degree. She even says in session 11, "We deceive or we are deceived, and that nothing good ever happened to me when I trusted others." By the end of the series she learns to value her comrades, coming back to the Bebop when she realizes that it is the only home that she has left, naming it as the only place I could return to. She grows to understand the disadvantages of being a loner, and that even though her family is somewhat dysfunctional, it is still a place where she will always belong. Throughout the series, though she grows to care for Jet and even Edward in her own way, it is her relationship with Spike that remains a cause for consideration by most. In one episode, Spike teases her and asks if she will come to help him if he gets into trouble, and though she scoffs at his remark, she eventually does. Faye even points her gun at him in a threatening gesture in the last episode, as Spike is walking away to what she and Jet both realize is his possible death. After he leaves, Faye cries. When asked, what Nave stated in an interview, "Sometimes I'm asked the question, what does Spike think of Faye? I think that actually he likes her quite a bit. But he's not a very straightforward person, so he makes sure he doesn't show it." Hey.
Oh. So let's get to Jack Black here. What?
Faye Valentine, Faye Valentine, is one of the members of the bounty hunting crew.
Wait. No. Snap. Sorry, guys.
In the anime series Cowboy Bebop, she is often seen with a cigarette and in a revealing.
Man, what does translator just say?
Known on his home satellite as the Black Dog for his tenacity.
Jeez.
Known on his home satellite as the Black Dog for his tenacity, Jet Black, Jet Oburaku, is a 36-year-old former cop from Ganymede, a Jovian satellite, and acts as Spike's foil during the series. Physically, Jet is very tall with a muscular build. He wears a beard with no mustache, and is completely bald save for the back of his head. Spike acts lazy and uninterested, whereas Jet is hard-working and a jack of all trades. Jet was once an investigator in the Intrasolar System Police, ISSP, for many years until he lost his arm in an investigation that went awry when his corrupt partner betrayed him. His arm was replaced with a cybernetic limb, an operation later revealed to be by choice as biological replacements were possible. He wanted the fake arm as a reminder of the consequences of his actions. His loss of one of his limbs coupled with the general corruption of the police force prompted Jet to quit the ISSP in disgust and become a freelance bounty hunter. Jet also considers himself something of a Renaissance man. He cultivates bonsai trees, cooks, enjoys jazz/blues music. He named his ship the Bebop, referring to a type of jazz, especially Charlie Parker, and even has interest in Goethe. As a character, Jet is the quintessential dad, even though he often wishes people would view him as a more brotherly figure, so as not to seem old. Of the crew, he shows the most obvious affection when dealing with Edward, most obviously shown when he tells her a story in session 18. He is also shown attempting to, perhaps falsely, reassure himself after she and Faye leave the crew of the Bebop. Jet is skilled with handguns, typically carrying a pre-2004 Walther P99, and also uses the net gun. He is proficient in hand-to-hand combat as well. Compared to Spike, Jet tends to use more raw muscle than technique. He is also a skilled mechanic and pilot. Aside from the converted interplanetary fishing trawler vessel Bebop, Jet flies a smaller ship called Hammerhead. The Hammerhead appears to be a modified salvage craft, to which Jet has added larger engines and fuel tanks. It features a mechanical arm equipped with a harpoon as its main weapon, which is somewhat analogous to Jet's own mechanical arm. Both the Hammerhead and the Bebop are able to land on water, and have a fishing theme. It is later revealed that the Bebop was originally a fishing ship that Jet customized with larger engines. He is very protective of the Bebop, often being reluctant to bring it into situations where it could be damaged, and taking great offense when someone insults it. Jet once lived with a woman named Elisa, who left him, claiming that he was overprotective towards her. They meet when the Bebop stops on Ganymede, Jet's home world, and Jet goes to find her. He talks to her and then leaves, but later he finds out that Elisa's new boyfriend, Rent, is wanted for murder. Jet detains Rent and later hands him over to police.
Well, yeah. See? That's those characters I just, well, reacted to. This Cowboy Bebop franchise, I really. Huh. Yeah. That's an awesome looking picture. That's totally an awesome looking picture. Yeah. Well, a Halloween version. Happy late Halloween, people. Yeah. And see a picture there. Got this German guy and the Singaporean woman and the Caucasian man and the tan skinned child. I think she's Chinese, I'm fully mistaken. I don't know. It don't matter the background. You got some diversity of Singaporeans, Germans, and other groups. And the story I show you naturally exactly is. Three characters have troubling pasts, and personally, I had to get the Edwards because who could forget? I don't want to forget her for that one. Let's see. There she is, bro. And there is play.
Known on his home satellite as the Black Dog for his tenacity, Jet Black. Known on his home satellite as the Black Dog for his tenacity, Jet Black, Jet Oburaku, is a 36-year-old former cop from Ganymede, a Jovian satellite, and acts as Spike's foil during the series. Physically, Jet is very tall with a must.
There is.
Edward Wong Hao Pepalotifroski 4, Edo Wado One Hao Pepera Chiburasaki Yonsei, is an elite hacker prodigy from Earth. Radical Edward is a very strange, somewhat androgynous, and extremely intelligent teenage girl of around 13 years of age. Her mannerisms include walking around barefoot, performing strange postures, and her gangling walk. Radical Ed could be considered a free spirit. She is fond of silly exclamations and childish rhymes, is easily distracted, has the habit of drifting off from reality sometimes in mid-sentence, and is the show's primary source of comic relief. Ed's generally carefree attitude and energy act as a counterpoint to the more solemn and dark aspects of the show. Ed remains a part of the Bebop crew until the 24th episode, when she, along with Ein, leaves the crew. She almost always refers to herself in the third person. Not much is known about her origins, only that she spent some of her earlier childhood in an orphanage after being left there by her father, who appears in episode 24. Her father, Apeldeli Sinai's Hesse Lutfen, recognizes her immediately by her birth name of Françoise Lutfen, and while initially unsure as to her gender, leaves shortly after to continue his unending quest to document every asteroid that falls to Earth from the wreckage of the moon. In the manga, she was a friend of a timid young boy in the orphanage known simply as Tomato, the name given to her PC in the anime, who, like Ed, knew a great deal about computers and the net. Ed's primary use to the Bebop crew is as a hacker. She is widely known to be a whiz kid behind the computer. Ed's computer of choice is a carry-along desktop, and when traveling by foot she will balance it on her head. Her goggles can interact with it to give her a virtual reality environment in which she can browse an entire network at once. Originally, Ed's character was inspired by the inner behavior of the show's music composer, Yoko Kanno 10, a little weird, cat-like, but a genius at creating music, and was first developed as a dark-skinned boy. It was changed to even the gender ratio on the Bebop, which was, with Ed as a boy, 3 males and 1 female. The original character design appears in Session 5 as a young boy that steals an adult magazine from Annie's bookstore by smuggling it under his shirt, which eventually he takes out and reads.
Oh, screw that. So, there you go. Story of Ed. Oh yeah, Edward, yeah. And I looked at the comment there. Ruby King says, that's inspiring. Yeah, it was inspiring. Yep, it is. Huh. And so, these characters, and you got 2 females and 2 males. Instead, have some, well, cringe, freaking diversity horrors that you have mostly diversity in this universe. Like, look at the characters who are they're black characters, they're mostly Latino characters, and freaking blonde hashtag women in it. Some Chinese people, I think, or Asians. And you got really know why the show is the best show ever, because these characters have tragic backstories, and you got this one kid just decided to live in the ship and hit some badasses. And look at Faye's outfit. She's clear as a sexiest woman because she was literally always be a sexiest woman. And for Spike, he's a tall and it's probably like Keanu Reeves. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, he also was a fan of Cowboy Bebop. I've never been surprised how John Wick was inspired similar, how he originally gun fighting skills got from Cowboy Bebop. Of course, Jack Black. And you got this police officer lead to the police corruption, led to police brutality, decide to join the ship to escape from his past. And you got this kid who was a wish child, and this being just a kid around him, ignored him or something else. And see there, you got this story about those bad people who are just have trouble in times, and who are really shows you a main story of it. Before I get to it, the real reasons I really watched the original show, I just remembered. I'm not spoiling entire episodes. And yeah, you get spoiled when the Wikipedia tells you that. So yeah, it's most inspiring. So that was shows you that those characters just pops out, and you caught them have fighting weapons and other stuff they to deal with, and you got weaponizations of sci-fi nor or westerner like anime about people with different backgrounds who are in space, hunt down criminals, and bring to justice. And yeah, Cowboy Bebop was a very entertainment show and entertaining anime. Why I don't even like, most I really don't like, that Netflix just go on their way and just out like into this. My God. Oh man, you see this? That action adventure, black comedy, going for a drama, sci-fi, space westerner. Wait, hang on a minute. You tell me this anime based on some bleak story about it. Comic Black Comedy. Comic Black Comedy. Oh man. Oh freaking hell. Wow. Wow. And this set in the year 2071, the series focuses on adventures of heading group of bounty hunters chasing down criminals across the solar system on the Bebop ship. This is like, really, oh man. Oh man. Wait. I wanted to send that dumb annotation they're doing. Hang on. I got to. There. That's stupid crap there.
John Cho as Spike Spiegel, a bounty hunter born on Mars with a history of violent gang activity whose preferred fighting style is fist fighting. For the role, Cho grew out his hair to mimic Spike's look from the anime 4. Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black, Spike's ex-cop bounty hunter partner who is captain of the Bebop and has a cybernetic arm from an Arai investigation. Daniela Pineda as Faye Valentine, a bounty hunter and con artist in debt from excessive gambling fees who spent 54 years in suspended animation after a space shuttle accident. Elena Satin as Julia, a femme fatale who is as smart as she is beautiful. She has a complicated past with Spike and Vicious and is the object of both of their affections. Alex Hassel as Vicious, Spike's nemesis, a power-hungry capo gangster from the Red Dragon crime syndicate who was Spike's partner before their falling out.
Oh man. Wait, he played. Well, I know that guy. Where do we know that movie? Wait. Well, is that guy who is. Oh yeah! This movie! about the South Asian guy and the East Asian man. It's like some kind of comedy machine about. Oh, yeah. You've in that Asian show, and I'm never surprised that. Oh. Huh. Let's see. I just remember that guy. I'm never surprised. And you're telling Spike Eagle, possibly, German descendant. Oh, I didn't wonder why that Netflix got her guts to felt like, we look at the anime. I think, Spike will be like Asian. I guessing. It's 2021. We gotta add in that Asian character and play Spike Single. Look, I'm not into get sportsly. I will fall by live action. This is just felt like something. Like, I mean, you got the Asian character Faye, who's a supporting woman who's an Asian character in a game. Why had to add an Asian character and to its point a main character Spike? I mean, I'm not against Challenge Joel, and he's a great guy. I remember I just watched that movie that was years ago. Yeah, I have remembered that movie about two Asian guys just going to White Castle, and I've never been surprised when my old childhood was young this dumps my old childhood, movie. Who cares? It's a dog movie. I was like a young kid there. I mean, I can believe play Spike in this terrible adaptation that was going to downfall a lot of fans. And you got, jeez, Sauter, the black guy. Wait, he's from North Carolina? Jeez! Woo! Welcome to the club, bro. Fire Bushmaster. Strict vegan. Oh. Oh. Okay. He's my money, and he's everything to us. Jack Black. Okay, firstly. Oh man. The real reasons I don't like waist swaps. Like, seriously. It's just really insulting to black people or every race of people. Look, I want to get a little bit of waist swapping there, a tiny bit of Senate. I'll be okay with that. Look at Daredevil, have Kingpin as black. I'm not bothered by it. And the funny thing that his nickname was a black dog, and his last name is Jet Black. I've never been surprised that Netflix or teacher Dut's going to add a black person there, trying to follow the stereotype that their skin tone is more important. Like in Invisible, like Amber was been way swapped to Asian. Amber from Invisible was way swapped to black, and you got Mark, the main character, way swapped to Korean or Asian. And as a reason, this really bothers me. This is not going to help these minorities. Going to look at these characters like, yeah, woo, justice for all, minority lives matter. This just insults me so much. When they gotta take this most best characters and just waste swap them into nowhere just to insulting and to just insulting some of their fans who are diverse people background. The same thing when they sexuality swap Tam from Batman, and God just felt he's bisexual. How in the fuck's gonna help the LGBT community or the trans community to follow and stand up? Because it's going to end homophobia when they see bisexual, gay, or trans on comics or on TV or movies. No? It's like I create some very giant homophobia license when you got social media just going felt like, oh no, we don't want to accept them to. It's the same thing as this stupid Eternals when they have like put sign like, it's going to save LGBT lives. LGBT matters. Woo! We gotta help the LGBT people. No. That's insulting. You're insulting your own selves. Just leave the minorities alone. And you want to make it another race character or LGBT character? Create a new character, man. I can tell you it's going to take the original source, just like this. Just like this. It's insulting to me. Totally insulting. And I'm not happy about that. You're playing so wait. Is she Filipina? She kind of look Asian to me, but wait, what if? He black. Wait, a Latina woman? Dude! I thought she's Asian. I've never been surprised that you guys decided to try and decide a race swapping phase and just felt like she's Asian and both felt they, let me look at the name of it. This is most personally. No, you know what? What does this have to do with this? What is this? have to do with this man? Ew. How's gonna win Asian representation? You sign waist swap two characters. You sign just waist swap 3 of those characters. I felt like, translate. Dude, this is not how they had to look like in real life. And the urgency standpoint. Why just hire an Asian woman to play her? That's the reasons I call out the stupid waist swaps I ever felt. Man, this is gonna be the same crap it is. Like, oh man. Wait, hang on. That wasn't it.
Edward Radical Ed Wong Hao Pepelotifrosky 4, who joins the Bebop crew in the 9th episode of the anime, is expected to appear.
Oh, 9 episode. I'm not surprised that I didn't see Edward in the opening. And they just keep on. And they keep on just adding their waist swaps and their wokeness. I'm gonna show you the poster. It's just. Let me look at the comments. Okay, I gotta get something more west. Okay, Ruby. Thanks for streaming. Alright. Good night, I guess. Fortunately, poster. Oh god. Oh wait. I just got the live action one. Wait, it's in Josh Draft? Oh, I forgot about that. I never been surprised. I never been so much of it. Oh. No, it goes. Look at this shit. This is Cowboy Bebop. I just don't know. This is just something else I couldn't even imagine Like, this is not like an actual real life in anime. Like, we've gotta be colorblind and just like, these characters are, suffering. Speaking of like these their designs, I must felt like well. Now we're gonna turn to next Netflix Death Note. Wait, why is it PG-13? Go. You know what? I don't bother about it. And here's this shit. And now we'll get this shit here. Oh man. Scorpion next. Oh wow. I don't know why I call this. I don't know how to call Cowboy Bebop. I just can't say anything about them. They're not like original characters at all. Those guys look like they're going to some held and play, like, you have to be carbon, and those guys surely like going to cosplay convention in San Diego or something. Not like the real actual characters. Now Germans, Asians, cops, black, Singaporeans, Latina, and I don't know who, but I don't know which race are they. I just don't get it anyway. Oh man. This is Death Note here. Look at this shit. Oh man. Blonde hair. Isn't he gonna match that freaking character? Look, I don't care what adaptations you want to. I'm okay. If you want to stay in America, fine. Just make them, Caucasian or black or either diverse group. I understand adaptations happens. It's the same thing as, Hollywood takes adaptations to reincarnate them. Like, I'm fine with it. I don't care if it's whitewashing, blackwashing, or either washing it is. A real reason it bothers me. How are you going to change the source material to not to connect the same as the anime story was, and just like we're going to just make the same story as the counterparts were, and don't freaking throwing woke points like this crap and to some freaking speech contestation and like seriously, this is just I could be wrong. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say about this. It didn't bother me. The waste swaps really more bother me when they blackwash or diverse washing original characters. And you want to go to South America and having white characters or black characters or Latino characters, fine. Okay with it. And this is set in non-America or not set on Earth. You gotta make the characters same as have we like that. Like, the same thing as designs. You got the designs of Spike, same. You got the design of Jet, same. You got Faye, different. And face design, she was 23 years old. She's not like, like, look, grown women were sexualized. Like, take, MMA female fighters. They show their cleavage, and sometimes they have shown their cleavage, I think. Oh, really? How's gonna fit with her character? How's gonna resource the show? How's really gonna resource the show? Oh. I'll show you cosplayers there. See? Beautiful picture. She is Faye Valentine. And you will probably look at her cleavage, and you probably need the same hill parts there. The rest of the cosplayers have cleavage, then show the resembles the same designs as she is. Same design. Same design. Same looks and design. and great design. I mean, look at the picture. They're resembles of the same characters as the show is. Oh, it. I told them they just show. And told you this is an amazing design. The cosplaying clothing they wearing. That's an awesome picture. And that was an awesome picture. Instead, why you letting Devonina have her difference on simply same thing as those two characters, why Spike and Jet. Why just you just go ahead, just let her have these same design as this woman is, instead not to cover her cleavage. Guys, this is not like Middle East when you just see women have to cover themselves and felt shy to show their skin. Now I look at her. She kind of was not Faye Valentine to me. She's really felt well. I remember in Conference TV is what they talk about the director behind it because it's too much skin. She's not even a human being or something else. I forget. I'll have to. You have to find it, but it was a tweet. I'll find out later. And this is really how I felt about Cowboy Bebop. And speaking of Cowboy Bebop, for Spike age, he's gonna be in his 40s. And I've never been surprised that he's going to roughly, he was born in 2044 when he was 27. 27 Club resembles how his fate is reacted. Every character's when he was 27 to show how very represented is, just shows you that Spike Age don't fuck around with no one. And now you guys go and age him up. Felt like, Sean was now in his 40s. Why would we go and cast him to, these in his mid 40s? Look, this is not freaking teenage shows when we had to look at teenagers in their 20s and felt like 20-year-olds could be teenagers because, kids were used to be older or something, or very mature. Less sure, I figured it. For Jack Black, I had nothing against the actor. Why I felt called this out, what I said earlier ago, because why don't they go into race swapping characters and I don't know of it. I just don't know of it. It's something else I don't felt too bigger than anything else. It's totally upsetting to see original characters gonna be way swapped to, you know, black, Asian, or either race. Just like those characters too. Like, I don't know how it's gonna react since November 19th. See, in this cartoon, you can never tell what race they were, or their ethnicity, or their ethnicity, or their age. And I don't know what's gonna go through Edward in the ninth episode. I'll have to find out through the reviews. I cannot spoil it. This is initially was, you know what, Cowboy Bebop should not be live action. This adaptation live action should be cancelled, should be removed out of existence. Leave the original be, and I'm getting tired of people going to putting their woke points, and just felt like it's a good idea to do that. Just like this, these adaptations like this. Oh man. This has had to be the same style as they were. Oh no. Spicy people like the cheekest. Oh yeah. Oh. I don't know if you have to post like that. Anyway. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you just some guy video.
There's a shortage of perfect shows in this world. 'Twould be a pity to damage this one. Leave it to Screen Rant to say the dumbest thing possible about one of the greatest shows ever. I give you this gem by Autumn Something Forward. Quote, how Netflix's Cowboy Bebop is changing the anime, and why that's a good thing. I could be wrong, but if you have to explain why changing something is good, probably isn't that good. Cowboy Bebop is one of the most beloved anime series ever created.
Yeah, true.
So
It is one of those best
you found
animes.
the person you should never talk to again. The only people who would be interested in a live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop are fans of the show. Chances are they don't want to see any changes to the show. They just want what was animated to be done by real people. Basically, a shot for shot recreation. This should be obvious, but when you're dealing with people with agendas, paying attention to the target audience is the last thing they want to do. The agenda is more important than the audience and the source material. Quote, Netflix's adaptation of the beloved series Cowboy Bebop is changing the anime for the better. No, it's not. Cowboy Bebop is as close to perfection as I've seen any anime get. The pacing, the animation, the music, the themes, the storytelling, hell, even both voice casts are solid. The only way to make it better would be to wipe your mind so you forget you saw it so you can watch it again fresh.
Yeah,
There's nothing,
it is.
nothing
That's
a
true.
live action
Yeah,
adaptation could do to
it
improve the
is.
show, and damn sure nothing Netflix could do. That's not to say that there aren't any good shows from Netflix, just that when it comes to anime adaptations, from the CGI Sensei to that thing they
Oh yeah, I just mentioned Death Note. Yeah, I did.
call Death Note, Netflix doesn't have a great track record. If you can't handle those shows, what makes you think you can handle a juggernaut like Cowboy Bebop? Autumn says in the article that Cowboy Bebop was praised for all the things I mentioned before, and then says, quote, it would have been a mistake to simply duplicate a series that many fans already consider perfect. I agree, which is why I think it's a mistake to do any adaptation.
Yeah,
The
it
only
was.
skill some people have are live action adaptations, usually because they don't like animation. But the truth is that animation is filmmaking. There's no need to adapt the show unless you're adapting to a completely different format, like comics, stage, or video games. The show is the definitive version, built around the freedom and excess as animation provides, that just can't be matched in live action. A ton of the show would end up being CGI anyway, which is just another type of animation. At that point, why even bother? Especially when you have the actors saying things like this. Quote, John Cho, the lead actor playing Spike Spiegel, said in an interview via Vulture that he only agreed to join the project after being reassured it would not be a shot-for-shot remake. Cho explained it was a recipe for encouraging unflattering comparisons.
Wait, he really said that? Oh, oh, he really just said that. I've never been surprised about that.
Well, that's going to happen anyway because Cowboy Bebop is a perfect show. Anything you do will be compared to it, and it's very doubtful you'll come anywhere near the greatness of that show. This is like someone covering When Doves Cry or Human Nature. No matter what you do, unless you're friends with Michael Jackson, it's not going to be as good as the original. Also, Spike is 27
Yeah,
and
I
Cho is
thought.
49. The article claims that Spike
Oh,
Spiegel
49? Jeez, he was come close to his 50s. The first he was gonna be in his 50s in the show. 50 old! No insult to, you late 40s people, anyway.
was a problem for the show, but it wasn't. The whole point is that he's been through a lot from a very young age. That he's so world weary before he's 30 hammers in how hard it's been for him. So Cho's position that the older version would be better just doesn't work. It's really Cho missing the point about Spike's character. Then he got
Yeah.
to this business about Faye. Quote, some of Cowboy Bebop's material has also been updated for modern times. Faye Valentine has a more practical outfit, with clothes that actually enable the native to perform stunts while wearing them. Tell that to all the women who just wrestled at AEW All Out. They were in tight, skimpy outfits and had no problem doing flips, splits, tumbles,
Oh,
and
yeah.
lunges without anything falling out, except for Jake Cargill. Her bosom was desperate to be all out. But otherwise, everybody was nice and tucked in. They had no problem performing, just like all the
Yeah,
was
it
out
was.
in Trunks. This idea that Faye's
Yeah,
design
no
is
problem
outdated
with
is a bunch of woke nonsense that's been debunked so many times, as pathetic people still bring it up. Faye uses her looks to manipulate people.
Yeah, every anime character, some of the characters just want to be sexy. Like, take a Full Metal Alchemist. Take a Full Metal Alchemist. When you got the character, the I forget what her name is. She just probably had her cleavage in her chest there. Yeah. And look at our female characters. They have shown their cleavage, and that was true. Every character has shown their cleavage, and there wasn't that a lot of people don't have a problem with cartoon females showing their cleavages. Yeah.
Missing from this article statement, though, is how this makes the show better. Okay, so you made Faye look like TJ Maxx Bukake all over the Matrix.
Oh, yeah.
Now what? How does this improve her character? Another piece of woke bullshit is a change made to the character Grin. Quote, in the original anime, Grin was a
I forgot about the Gwen thing situation. Gwen in the original anime, I gotta spoil it. So, a little bit spoiler. Gwen he was a soldier from somewhere on Mars, I guess. And he was a bounty hunter trying to hunt down that guy who just torment him or killing his. Well, I don't know. I don't remember the episode. I had to rewatch the episode. Glenn had his chest were grown due to the experiment pill that really turned his breasts to big budgie. Glenn was wishing as a man. He's also a homosexual or asexual. Oh, for you guys never heard of asexual is. Asexual means you don't know what orientation you are, and you have to pick one orientation or something, and you don't have an instant relationship yet. And there you got the LGBT weaponization of Gwen. You don't have to, try and have more orientations on him. I got to watch what just some guys say about it.
War veteran who took an experimental drug that increased their estrogen levels, causing them to grow breasts. Set in the year 2071, Cowboy Bebop was revolutionary in many ways, but a lot of the vocabulary that exists today for the LGBTQ MNOP plus asterisk hashtag up down left right hold a press guard community did not exist at the time it first aired. For the Netflix show, Green's character has been reimagined as non-binary.
Oh, a non-binary thing. You guys never heard of my non-binary. It's like using your pronouns. And you don't know you're a man or a woman, you would call them or they or something like that. Or a lot of pronoun shit that Twitter was trying to add more pronouns. And that's getting more and more weird. Yeah. That's what's continued.
Is portrayed by non-binary actor Mason Alexander Park. Right. So Grim was part of a military unit with the antagonist Vicious, and after the war, he was tried as a spy and sent to prison. He heard a rumor that Vicious sold him out, and he was so bothered by it that he started taking a drug to cope. Unfortunately, the drug had a nasty side effect. It boosted his estrogen levels, causing him to grow breasts. I keep emphasizing his sex because these idiots decided to change Grin to be non-binary.
Yeah. Those idiots did try to ruin the story and social material from the original. That's true. These people just keep living in the Twitter world because Twitters were weirdos.
This made up shit about not having the sex, which completely defies what's in the show. Grin pretends to be female to get close to Vicious to kill it. At no point at all does Grin claim that he's a woman or between sexes or has no sex. The most you can say is that he might be gay because he tells Faye that women aren't his thing, but that's really not clear. What is clear is that he's male. He only has breasts because of the drug, not because he's having identity issues. But in current year, what actually happens in the show doesn't matter. So Netflix will fix it by changing the character and hiring some baby to portray him, because God forbid you just hire an actor to act. No, the actor must be exactly like the character, which is why not Black Jet Black is not portrayed by darkness here, like the call sheet said, find the blackest motherfucker you can find. I want the camera to have to be wide open to even get midtones in broad daylight. Never mind that his alias is Black Dog. Nope. No racist connotations there at all. This is what happens when you hire people to try to fix perfection. The show is such a mess that Shinichiro Watanabe, the creator of the show, basically washed his hands of it, saying that Sunrise controls the show, not him. So go to them when you have problems with what you see.
So saying how Watanabe, okay.
Yoko Kanno is back to do the music.
That,
there's not much to look forward to. My recommendation, instead of watching this woke nonsense, go watch Cowboy Bebop. It's genuinely one of the best things you'll ever see.
You guys in my channel, go watch the original Cowboy Bebop. It's cool.
But what do I know? I'm just some.
You look at where your woke nonsense out of it. Yeah, just some guy there. Yeah. What, baby? I got my cat here, so just why you have to meow at my door. Yeah. Foreign. They're seriously. And yeah, that's Cowboy Bebop thing. And that's my rant and my reactions to the new show and the old show. And if you guys going to watch Cowboy Bebop, well, I understand all you guys were not in my stream yet, so, well, at least I have my thoughts there. What are you guys gonna think? Do you guys gonna watch it, or not to watch it, or, well, whatever? For me, I'm not gonna watch it, or I'm gonna watch it about to. At least I will find out later, and I don't know until I take the long time till I find something else. So, well, that's it. That was my stream. So after this episode, the show coming out, I'm going to plan to react to her other. And yeah. So thank you for coming to my stream, guys, or you guys who watch the streams at chat. It's fine. I don't have enough subscribers, so I'm just asking for my thoughts. So, what do you think? And comment below and in. I'll see you later. Cowboy Bebop.